It is 11 a.m. in London. It's 3:30 p.m. in Delhi. I'm Monita Rajpal at the Olympic Park. This is World 1. Most Olympic stories are about athletes giving it all to win. But in badminton, 18 women have been charged with deliberately trying to lose. 4 pairs of players, 2 from South Korea, 1 from China, and 1 from Indonesia, were booed by spectators as they missed shots and serves on purpose. Maybe to even things up, they should make Michael Phelps swim with all 19 of his Olympic medals around his neck. In the next few minutes, the greatest swimmer of all time returns to the pool to try to make it a nice round 20. The U.S. star goes in the heats of the 200-meter individual medley, aiming first of all to make it into tomorrow's final. I get some insight on today's swimming standouts. Donna de Verona knows something about that. She made her Olympic debut at the age of 13 and went on to set 18 swimming world records. Donna, thank you very much for being with us. Let's start off by talking about Phelps. Michael Phelps, a legend already.
A legend already, 19 medals. I'm sure he wanted the last few to be gold. I know he was disappointed after the 200 butterfly, and I missed his, strong finish that he had in Beijing.
Right, Donna, thank you very much. We appreciate your insights into this. Appreciate that. Well, we want to see what some of the newspapers are saying about all of this. Here in Britain, The Guardian's front page headline, "The Greatest Olympian," it says, "The end is almost upon us as a swimmer, but on a night of tangled and intense emotion, Olympic history finally belonged to Michael Phelps." In South Africa, their headline is "Chad Leclos is dominating the front pages," and the headline in the Times, "Leclos simply la classe." That article goes on to say it was an event everybody thought that Leclos might be able to get a silver or a bronze on a good night, but the South African tore up the form book, ripped through the pool, and shredded the dreams of Phelps. Also in South Africa, the headline in the Mercury is "So close, but Chad takes it." It says, "Time meant nothing last night. This was the win of a South African great in the making," where he went from the Olympic pool, was into the arms and the hearts of millions of South Africans. Well, in swimming, races can be decided by a split second, so it's no surprise that physical and mental preparation isn't always enough. And that's where technology comes in, as CNN's Dr. Sanjay Gupta reports.
BMW has taken video analysis to the next level.
Today is day 5 of competition at the 30th Olympiad. Amanda Davis joins us now for a look at the medal count and the action so far. And the latest action is Michael Phelps in the pool right now to perhaps work for the 20th medal.
I know. I mean, we could get to the end of these games and he could have 22 medals, which would be quite something. And there is this debate, isn't there? Now, is he the greatest? He's got 19 medals, but does that make him the greatest Olympian ever? And it's brilliant. It's splitting opinion across the board, which really is quite fantastic. But it is, this is a games where there are looks quite a lot like it did at the start of yesterday, really. China and the US in front with 23 medals each. China's 13 golds, though, as well. They are doing the rounds.
A royal right affair.
Yeah.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much for that. You're watching World 1 live from London. Well, India is getting back on its feet after an enormous power outage left around 600 million people without electricity. Officials are trying to find out what caused blackouts across half the country on Tuesday. We want to get the very latest from CNN's Malika Kapoor, who joins us now live from New Delhi. Any new answers, Malika?
No nuances, Monita, though it is pretty clear now that it was because of a gap in the demand and supply situation.
Certainly a tension on those, but the antiquated infrastructure, but also the widening gap between the haves and the have-nots. Malika, thank you so much for that. Malika Kapoor there in New Delhi. Well, as Malika explained, India's ancient, sprawling electricity network has been struggling to keep up with this growing demand. And take a look at this map of the country's power grids. You can just see how packed the transmission lines are around the north and the coastal areas. The blackouts blackouts affected 3 out of 5 power distribution regions. Welcome back. Syria's embattled leader says the armed conflict raging in his country will determine the fate of the Syrian people. President Bashar al-Assad made that statement today as fighting flared in Syria's top 2 cities. In Syria today, we want to get details now from Mohammed Jamjoon at CNN Abu Dhabi. Mohammed, let's begin with the statement from Bashar al-Assad. He's calling it a decisive battle. Basically, he's saying he's not stepping down anytime soon.
Well, that's right, Monita. This is the today is the anniversary.
A newspaper here in London says it has spoken to the father of the Chinese swimming star Ye Shiwen. According to the Daily Telegraph, he says she is exhausted and struggling to cope with persistent questions over doping. Ye Qingshong said the allegations of cheating are offensive and arrogant. It comes as outrage grows in China over the reception to Ye's victory. CNN's Beijing bureau chief Jaime Florcruz joins us now live with more on that. Jaime.
Monita, there is celebration and pride here over Ye Shiwen's stunning performance.
All right, Jaime, thank you for that. We appreciate it. Jaime Florcruz reporting to us there live from Beijing. We want to switch gears now, and we want to take you to Spain, where the economic crisis is driving people to extremes to make ends meet. The recession's deepened in the second quarter, with almost a quarter of people without work. Among young people, that number is 1 in 2. And this is World One, live from a windy Olympic Park. Welcome back to the Olympic Park. And Michael Phelps may not win 8 gold medals at this Olympiad like he did in Beijing, but he is far from done at the Olympic Games. Amanda Davis joins us again here for the very latest on his chase for more medals. If we like the windswept look, we're certainly
I was going to say, I think there's a storm brewing, and not just in the badminton this morning. It is interesting weather here today for all the fans arriving behind us. Yeah, there's no rest for the record setter, though. Michael Phelps has been back in the pool already this morning. He finished second in his heat. That was a time good enough to qualify for the 200 metres individual medley final, which will be run tomorrow. If he should medal in it, it will extend his Olympic record total to 20. I hope he's got a big...
That's all from me. Let's head back out to Monita at Olympic Park.
All right, Pedro, thank you very much for that. You're watching World One live from London's Olympic Park. Gore Vidal rarely missed a chance to share his views, and they were often controversial. This is World One live from London's Olympic Park. The U.S. author Gore Vidal died on Tuesday at the age of 86. Widely hailed as one of America's greatest writers, Vidal wrote 24 novels, more than 200 essays, and several plays. In a career spanning 6 decades, he also appeared in several films. A. Gill is a writer and a critic, and he joins us now on the line from London. Mr. Gill, thank you very much for being with us. What do you think would be Mr. Vidal's legacy?
Well, for me, I first read The Pillar and The City and the Pillar, and
at the global weather picture, and 2 typhoons are battering parts of Asia. Jenny Harrison joins us now with details from the World Weather Center. Jenny.
Hey, Monita. Yes, both of these storms, Saula and also Damri, really causing concerns, but in particular Saula, which is this massive area here.
Monita.
All right, Jen, thank you very much for that. You're watching World One live from London's Olympic Park. I'm Monita Rajpal. Thank you for joining us. The headlines are next, right here on CNN.